Buckle up, America, because the European auto industry is speeding ahead. The race is on, and Europe has hit the accelerator while the US is still trying to start the engine. Germany, France, and Denmark aren't just making cars, they're creating engineering marvels. These nations are leading a revolution that's transforming the driving experience. They're shaping the future of mobility with electric, efficient, and undeniably stylish vehicles. Picture a world where your car is not just transportation, but a symbol of style and sustainability. Remember when American cars were the kings of the road? Those were the days of powerful engines and shiny chrome dreams. But those days are fading like an old paint job. The once dominant American muscle cars are now relics, rusting away in forgotten places. Europe isn't just winning on looks. They're setting new standards in design, innovation, and sustainability. They're thinking long-term, investing heavily in research and development, and pushing the limits of what's possible. And it's not just about the cars. European governments are enforcing strict environmental policies that compel automakers to innovate or disappear. These policies are fostering innovation and propelling the industry forward at an incredible pace. The outcome? A perfect storm that's shaking the US auto industry to its core. American automakers are scrambling to catch up, but the gap is growing. Europe isn't just accelerating, it's redefining the race. The question is, can America keep pace, or will it be left behind? The stakes have never been higher, and the road ahead is full of twists and turns. Get ready, because this journey is just beginning. Let's start with Germany, the land of beer, bratwurst, and, oh yeah, some of the most prestigious car brands on the planet. We're talking Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, Porsche, names synonymous with luxury, performance, and that sweet, sweet German engineering. But here's the kicker. Germany's not resting on its laurels. They're pouring billions into electric vehicle technology, battery production, and autonomous driving systems. They understand that the future is electric, and they're determined to lead the charge. Next up, we have France, a country known for its romance, cuisine, and increasingly, its electric ambitions. French automakers like Renault and Peugeot are going all in on EVs, developing affordable and stylish models that are capturing the hearts and wallets of European consumers. France is also investing heavily in charging infrastructure, making it easier for people to make the switch to electric. They're rolling out charging stations faster than you can say croissant, and it's paying off. Now let's hop over to Denmark, a small country with big ideas when it comes to green mobility. Denmark is a pioneer in wind energy, and they're leveraging that expertise to create a sustainable transportation system. They're aiming to have 1 million electric or hybrid vehicles on the road by 2030, and they're well on their way to achieving that goal. They're also investing in cycling infrastructure, public transportation, and other innovative solutions to reduce their reliance on cars. Section 5. US auto industry feels the heat. So, what does all this mean for the American auto industry? In a word, trouble. While Europe surges ahead, the US is stuck in the slow lane. American automakers have been slow to embrace electric vehicles, clinging to their gas-guzzling SUVs and pickup trucks like a toddler to a security blanket. The result? American car companies are losing market share in Europe, and they're starting to feel the heat at home too. Section 6. Trump's trade tiff, a costly miscalculation? Now, you might be thinking, surely America's greatest businessman, the one and only Donald J. Trump, has a plan to save the US auto industry? After all, he built his reputation on being a savvy dealmaker, a master of negotiation, and someone who always puts America first. So, what could possibly go wrong? Well, buckle up, because this is where things get really interesting. You see, instead of focusing on innovation or investing in new technologies to make American cars more competitive, Trump decided to take a different route. He chose to engage in a trade war, a high-stakes game that would have far-reaching consequences. Instead of trying to compete with Europe on innovation, Trump decided to pick a trade war. He believed that by imposing tariffs on European cars, he could protect American jobs and give the US auto industry a much-needed boost. It seemed like a bold move, one that would show the world that America was not to be trifled with. He slapped tariffs on European cars, hoping to protect American jobs. The idea was simple. Make European cars more expensive so that American consumers would be more likely to buy American-made vehicles. On paper, it sounded like a win-win situation. But reality, as it often does, had other plans. But guess what? It backfired spectacularly. The tariffs did not just make European cars more expensive, they also raised the cost of raw materials and parts needed by American car manufacturers. This, in turn, increased the prices of American cars, making them less competitive both at home and abroad. The tariffs raised prices for consumers, hurt American businesses, and did little to slow down the European auto juggernaut. Consumers found themselves paying more for cars, whether they were buying American or European. American businesses, especially those in the auto industry, struggled to cope with the increased costs and the uncertainty brought about by the trade war. And Europe? They continued to innovate and produce high-quality vehicles, maintaining their stronghold in the global market. Economists warned that such protectionist measures could lead to a trade war that would hurt the global economy. And they were right. The ripple effects of Trump's tariffs were felt far and wide, affecting not just the auto industry, but also other sectors of the economy. The cost of doing business increased, supply chains were disrupted, and the overall economic growth slowed down. Public opinion was divided. Some praised Trump for taking a stand against what they saw as unfair trade practices, while others criticized him for the negative impact his policies were having on the economy. Protests erupted, and the media was filled with headlines about the escalating trade war and its consequences. In the end, Trump's trade tiff proved to be a costly miscalculation. It highlighted the complexities of global trade and the challenges of trying to protect domestic industries in an interconnected world. The lesson? Sometimes the best way to compete is not by building walls, but by building bridges and embracing innovation. As the world moves forward, the auto industry continues to evolve. Electric cars, autonomous vehicles, and other technological advancements are shaping the future of transportation. The key to success lies in embracing these changes and finding ways to lead the charge, rather than trying to hold back the tide. So, as we look to the future, let's remember the lessons of the past. Innovation, collaboration, and forward thinking are the keys to staying competitive in a rapidly changing world. And perhaps, just perhaps, the next time we face a challenge, we'll be better prepared to navigate the complexities and come out stronger on the other side. Section 7. The road ahead. Navigating the future of mobility. So, where do we go from here? The future of mobility is not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about transforming the way we live, work, and interact with our environment. Well, the first step is to acknowledge that the auto industry is undergoing a seismic shift. This transformation is driven by technological advancements, environmental concerns, and changing consumer preferences. The days of gas-guzzling behemoths are numbered. These relics of the past are being replaced by more efficient, eco-friendly alternatives. The future is electric, autonomous, and sustainable, and Europe is leading the way. European countries are investing heavily in green technologies and infrastructure to support this transition. America can either adapt or get left behind. The US has the potential to be a leader in this new era of mobility, but it requires a concerted effort from both the public and private sectors. We need to invest in research and development, focusing on innovations that will drive the next generation of vehicles. This includes advancements in battery technology, autonomous driving systems, and sustainable materials. Support the transition to electric vehicles by making them more accessible and affordable for the average consumer. This means expanding the network of charging stations and offering incentives for electric vehicle purchases. And create policies that encourage innovation. Governments need to implement regulations that promote clean energy and reduce carbon emissions, while also providing support for startups and established companies working on cutting-edge technologies. The future of mobility is a collective effort. It involves urban planners designing cities that are more pedestrian and cyclist-friendly, public transportation systems that are efficient and reliable, and a cultural shift towards more sustainable living. Ride-sharing and car-sharing services are also playing a crucial role in this transformation. These services reduce the number of vehicles on the road, decrease traffic congestion, and lower overall emissions. Renewable energy sources like wind and solar power are essential to supporting the electric vehicle infrastructure. By harnessing clean energy, we can ensure that the shift to electric vehicles is truly sustainable. Ultimately, the goal is to create a cleaner, healthier, and more connected world for future generations. By embracing the future of mobility, we can improve our quality of life and protect our planet. The road ahead is filled with challenges, but also immense opportunities. Together, we can navigate the future of mobility and build a better tomorrow. Section 8. Conclusion. Adapting to the shifting landscape. The European auto industry's success is a wake-up call for America. We can't afford to be complacent. We need to embrace the future of mobility, or we risk becoming a Rust Belt relic in a world of sleek, sustainable machines. The road ahead is clear. The question is, will America shift gears and step on the gas, or will we be left in the dust, watching the future speed by?